Hello there. I would like to show you my newly installed aeroponic tower. This is composed of 16 towers, each with 7 or 8 grow holes. The two towers on the left-hand side are 2-inch PVC pipe, and the remaining 14 towers are 1.5-inch pipe. In here are plants I grew with my NFT hydroponic system. They've been in here for 1 week and have put on a bunch of growth despite me almost killing them the first day. I didn't have the pump timer on long enough at night and I put the fan up and the plants almost dried out completely. Luckily they rebounded after spraying them with water and giving them lots of care. There's a mix of pole beans and lettuce, chard, kale, basil, cabbage, broccoli. That's a red dragon cabbage. This system was inspired by YouTube videos, and particularly Mary and Joe Newmayer, who have a system similar to this. They provided a list of components and I modified it a little bit to fit my space. Particularly decided to try the 2-inch pipe. They're using 1.5-inch pipe, and I kind of think the 2-inch would work better for some of these plants. Provides a little bit more room for the roots to grow, just from what I've seen so far. And the top part is a little bit different. I'm using PVC all the way around. The fittings coming in there are 3/4 inch caps that I drilled a little hole in that then just trickle down each tower. I've covered up all the openings as much as I can with aluminum foil to keep the light out, just trying to keep fungus growth down to a minimum. Today is a warm day. It's supposed to be 92 degrees out. It's only June 2nd, so I'm a little bit worried that the system is going to get too hot during the summer. It's on my second story. I do have an alternate location I can place it if it's going to be a problem. There's the main reservoir that's covered in 2-inch insulation to try to keep the temperature more stable. Got the filter there, although it doesn't have a filter, and the shutoff valve that I can place a hose on the end of that filter to drain the water every couple weeks or so as needed. You can see that it's already 75 degrees in the room, the reservoir 71, so it's inching up there. Let's open this up to see what we got inside there. The tank is a 55-gallon reservoir. There's about 30 gallons of solution in there. I make my own solution with bulk fertilizer. I lower the pH with 85% phosphoric acid. Inside here is an Aqueon AQ3000 pump I got off of eBay for $20. It's working pretty well actually. It seems to have the right flow rate. I bought another one as a backup just in case that one goes out. It's an 1.5-inch drain pipe going in there. There's a filter on the side there. My seedlings have been started in vermiculite and perlite mixture, so you can see the vermiculite settled to the bottom there. I'm trying rock wool next just to see if I can eliminate some of the debris that comes out. My plan is to sell some of this extra produce because I'm growing way more than my family can ever use. The system is illuminated with 6 150-watt LED grow lights, 900 watts total. I've been using similar lights the past year and have been pretty happy with the way plants are growing under them. Let's take a look at the roots. Here's a chard plant. I have a video of my NFT system, and if you've seen that, you would have seen me pull out the chard plant. This is a week later. They've put on quite a bit of growth in just 1 week. This is a cabbage plant. The roots are pretty packed in there. This is in the 2-inch pipe. I almost think that if it was in the 1.5-inch pipe, it might be too clogged. You can see the roots from the plant above coming down. Behind this I have mylar, which is helping reflect the light. Here's a pole bean plant. I was not able to pull it out of the NFT system because it was clogged. I ended up tearing some of the roots off, and the bean plants were a little bit stunted for a few days afterwards. But they have rebounded and the roots are doing really well. Let's take a look at the plants in the 1.5-inch pipe. Here is a cabbage plant. Roots are doing pretty well. You can see that they would almost be too much for that 1.5-inch pipe. Here is a broccoli plant. Not sure if I'll keep these in here as they go to flower. I might give it a try though, otherwise they'll be going out in my garden. Here's a kale plant. Roots are looking pretty good. Currently the pump comes on for 15 minutes every 15 minutes during the day. Then it's on all night long to provide a consistent white noise since our bedrooms are right near the system, kind of like a babbling brook. Here's the purple orac. You can see it's put on quite a bit of growth just within the last week, if you saw the NFT video. Some of the components for the system I was able to get from Habitat for Humanity's Restore. So I was able to salvage some of the 3/4-inch PVC pipe and the insulation, some of the lumber, some of the fittings. A lot of the parts I had to buy new though. For all my systems, including the NFT system, the grow box, I've spent about $2,000. That includes the lights, the pumps, the nutrients, the tanks, everything to put it together. Here's a basil plant. Slow growers, but they do pretty well in this system. I spent a couple months putting this system together. My first iteration, I was using 3/4-inch PVC pipe for the drains, and that didn't work. Let's take a closer look at these strip lights. You can see these have the infrared diodes on there. 6 of these lights the company custom made for me, adding in the UV diodes shown there. Based on the specs for the light, they provide a full spectrum needed for the plants, and it seems that way considering how the plants are responding. The nice thing about these LED lights is they don't put out a whole lot of heat. The ballast has some heat coming out, but it's not too bad. I can touch it, it's a little bit warm. There's a dimmer on here so we can turn it down if need be. Generally I keep it all fired up all the way. I had to put foil insulation over that skylight just to keep the heat down. And then there's a door I can close to keep the light from bothering anybody else in the upstairs here. Tried to make it match the floor, just a piece of panel board. This is where it all begins, my grow box. I can fit 8 of those grow trays in there. Got it covered up to keep fungus gnats and thrips and whatever else off of the plants. I've been starting things in the vermiculite and perlite, which works pretty good. The fungus gnats don't like it, but it's a little bit messy. There's my original 240 watt panel light that got me started in this. In here I have the 1/2-inch rock wool cubes that I'm trying next. I think it's looking pretty good. Probably be able to move away from the vermiculite and perlite. Some of these plants, like the tomato and the cucumber, will be going in my outside garden, but after about 2 weeks, the plants that are part of the hydroponics go to the NFT and then to the aeroponics. Here's a quick look at 1 week's worth of growth, before and now.